For centuries, the Galactic Union believed Earth to be a quiet backwater world, a green planet at the edge of a spiral arm, good for minerals and water, but little else. When first contact was made, humans had been polite, almost humble, offering cooperation and resources, asking only for peaceful trade. Their ships were modest by galactic standards, functional, slow, built with strange alloys. The Union cataloged humanity as technologically competent but strategically insignificant. That classification would one day be rewritten in fire. When the Galactic War erupted, Earth stayed neutral. Empires burned entire systems, fleets vanished in ambushes, and whole civilizations were consumed by conquest. Yet humans continued their quiet expansion, colonizing a few nearby worlds, building orbital stations, and never interfering. The Union saw them as unthreatening. The Empire saw them as irrelevant. Both were wrong. It began at the edge of the Helios Rift, where an Imperial battle group pursued a Union convoy. The Empire's dreadnoughts, sleek and monstrous, opened fire across the black void. Plasma lances cut through the Union's fragile defense ships, tearing through hulls like paper. Dozens of vessels burned, their distress signals vanishing into static. Amid the chaos, a single human vessel registered on the Union's sensors. It was an old model transport, unarmed and unarmored, or so they thought. The Union commander, struggling to maintain formation, watched as the human ship altered course directly into the line of fire. He shouted for them to retreat, but the human vessel didn't slow. Instead, it broadcast one short transmission, its voice calm, its message simple: evacuate the area immediately. Moments later, the space around the human ship shimmered. Energy signatures spiked to impossible levels. The transport's hull began to unfold like a mechanical flower, layer after layer peeling away, revealing something massive hidden beneath. The false panels detached, drifting aside, exposing a black hull marked with the faint symbol of an Earth fleet long thought defunct. A name appeared in luminous letters along its side: EHS Leviathan. The Union's sensors went wild. What they thought was a cargo vessel was in fact a supercarrier, larger than any known warship in the quadrant. Its armor was composed of a compound that defied analysis. Energy readings were off the scale. Then its weapon ports opened, hundreds of them, glowing like distant stars. The Imperial commander ordered his ships to attack, confident in their superiority. They unleashed salvos of antimatter torpedoes and beam fire, enough to annihilate a small moon. Yet the blasts vanished against the Leviathan's shimmering defense field. The return fire came seconds later, pulses of light that moved faster than standard plasma, streaking across the void like lightning. The first dreadnought vanished, reduced to molten fragments. The second followed, its engines collapsing into a singularity. Within moments, half the Imperial fleet was gone, vaporized before they could even raise shields. The Union commander could only stare as the human vessel advanced, calm and unstoppable, its movements methodical, almost surgical. When the battle ended, nothing remained of the Imperial armada. The Leviathan did not gloat, did not transmit demands, did not linger. It simply folded space around itself and vanished, leaving behind only silence. News of the event spread through the galaxy like wildfire. Every major power demanded answers. The Union Council called for immediate communication with Earth. The Empire demanded surrender of human assets, accusing them of harboring illegal weapons of mass destruction. Earth's response was chillingly calm. The Leviathan is a relic of an old defense initiative. It has acted independently to protect innocent lives. We neither confirm nor deny its further existence. That single statement set the galaxy on edge. Every intelligence agency scoured archives and old star maps. They found scattered references to a project called Nemesis, a human initiative from before humanity joined the Union. The project's purpose remained classified, but fragments hinted at an entire fleet of hidden supercarriers built in secret dockyards across Sol space. Theories spread. Some claimed only one existed. Others whispered that there were more, sleeping beneath moons, buried under oceans, or hidden in gravity wells. The Empire could not let it stand. They assembled a grand armada, a force of 500 warships, and set course for Earth. The Union protested, but their words were ignored. The Empire broadcast its intentions across every channel. Humanity's deception ends now. We will uncover the truth and take what is ours. As the fleet neared Sol, sensors detected no defensive array, no active fleets, nothing but the old orbital stations and peaceful colonies. The Empire laughed. They believed humanity's threat was an illusion. When their ships crossed the boundary of the asteroid belt, the trap sprung. From behind the shadow of Saturn's rings, a shape emerged, vast beyond comprehension. The Leviathan reappeared, its hull blacker than the void, reflecting no light. But it was not alone. One by one, space rippled and more giants surfaced. 2, 3, then 10 colossal ships revealed themselves, forming a silent wall between Earth and the invading armada. Each one bore a different name: Titan, Behemoth, Prometheus, Atlas, Valkyrie, Odin, Horizon, Colossus, and Genesis. Together they dwarfed the Empire's entire fleet. The Imperial Admiral hesitated for the first time in his career. His sensors couldn't identify the human ship's power sources, their weapons, or their composition. The energy readings were beyond any known scale. He ordered all units to maintain position. Then a voice came over the open channel, a human voice, calm and steady. "This is the Sol Defense Fleet. You are trespassing in restricted space." "Turn back immediately," the Admiral scoffed. "You think a few antique vessels can stop the Empire's might?" The human voice replied, "We built these ships to end wars before they begin. You should have listened." The Admiral gave the order to fire. The void erupted with light. Missiles, plasma bolts, and kinetic rounds streaked toward the human line. For a moment it looked like the Empire's might would overwhelm even the massive carriers. But the attacks dissipated harmlessly, absorbed by invisible fields. Then the humans struck back. Each supercarrier unleashed a barrage unlike anything seen before. Streams of hyper-dense projectiles tore through the enemy formation. Energy beams of white-blue fire lanced across space, slicing dreadnoughts clean in half. Swarms of autonomous drones poured from the carriers, fast, agile, armed with weapons that defied tracking. Within minutes, the Empire's formations broke apart, their communication channels filled with chaos and panic. Entire cruisers vanished under concentrated bombardment. The Leviathan advanced at the center of the formation, its massive main cannon glowing brighter than a star. It fired once. The beam hit the Imperial flagship head-on, passing through its shields as if they didn't exist. The ship disintegrated in a silent explosion of light. The battle was over before the Union's observers even finished calibrating their sensors. When the smoke cleared, only wreckage remained. The human ships turned back toward Earth. None pursued. None spoke. They simply resumed orbit and powered down, vanishing from active scans as if they had never existed. The galaxy watched in disbelief. Empires that had reigned unchallenged for millennia suddenly realized they were no longer the apex power. The Union convened an emergency session. Debates raged for weeks. Some argued for alliance with Earth, others demanded sanctions or surveillance, but every attempt to contact the human command met with silence. Then, without warning, Earth's representatives appeared in person. Their leader, composed and unarmed, stood before the entire council. "We have no desire to rule the stars," he said, "but we will not stand by while others bring war to our home. The Leviathan fleet is humanity's insurance against extinction. It will remain dormant until provoked." A silence fell across the chamber. The council understood the message. Humanity did not seek conquest, but it had built the means to ensure survival at any cost. No one dared challenge them again. Over the following years, stories spread, of massive shadows glimpsed near dying suns, of human signals detected in distant sectors, of unknown vessels rescuing stranded ships and vanishing without a trace. The legends grew. Some believed the supercarriers roamed the galaxy, silently watching, ensuring no one repeated the mistakes of the past. Others claimed they were hidden once more, deep beneath Earth's oceans or buried in asteroids, waiting for the next threat. Among the younger species, humans became a paradox, peaceful traders on the surface. But beneath that calm lay a civilization that had faced its own near extinction and prepared never to face it again. They had built machines of war not for conquest but for deterrence, and that made them far more dangerous than any empire driven by greed. In time, the galaxy accepted an uneasy peace. The Empire rebuilt what it could, avoiding human space entirely. The Union expanded cooperation, signing new treaties with Earth and its colonies. Yet every admiral, every diplomat, every intelligence director knew one truth whispered across every station and world. If the supercarriers ever surfaced again, it would mean the end of war itself or the end of everything. Centuries later, deep within a forgotten sector, an ancient distress beacon activated. A mining colony under attack sent a desperate signal. No one responded. The Union patrols were too far, the Empire too weak to intervene. The attackers, a rogue fleet of scavengers, descended upon the helpless colony.